have been centered in the Hindu Kush region. And of course, nowadays we are also working, a lot of scientists from the Indian region are also working in the Indian Himalayan region. So total projections from the Hindu Kush Himalaya may not reflect a true Indian Himalayan scenario because it is mostly the grassland. The Tibetan plateau is mostly the grasslands. So we are working on this national mission of sustaining the Himalaya systems, and one of the missions is the NIMSHI, which is also NIMSHI, and it has 6 task forces, and GBPUNT is on the forest resources and plant biodiversity. So if we go and look into the forest cover in the past and current, so the forest cover has increased over the years, and this is, and I have considered the states of the Indian Himalayan region, and in most cases it has increased over the years. And if we look at the percentage also, let's see in the country. Country is IHR represents about 6.7 out of the total of 20 to 24% of the countries, and the IHR comprises about 42% of all the IHR states. So forest area has also increased over the years, and a lot of efforts by the different state governments. So a bit more detailed data which states have increased. This shows how states it has increased, in particularly Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal and all, and it has decreased of course in Arunachal and Nagaland due to a lot of felling of trees. Yeah. So and also if we look at the dense forests and moderate forests, it has also increased, and particularly in the Meghalaya and Tripura area. So tree cover pattern has also increased over the years, and particularly in J&K and in many other states. If you look into the states, the increase in the total forest area maybe due to a lot of plantation activity and ban on tree cutting in many of the areas. And the stock has also increased in most of the places, most of the states, and you can see that the growing stock is a measure of the total substance in the tree, and it is considered a wealth of the tree and the forest. The threatened species has also changed over the years, and the latest ICN status indicates that these are the pattern of different life forms in different Himalayan states, and these are being assessed much in detail nowadays and trying to relate it with the climate change. And the threat status also has been depicted, and in some cases some of the threats have gone up, meaning that some of the less vulnerable species have gone into the critical endangered because many of the species are being collected recklessly from the wild. And what we are trying to do at the GBPUNT, we are trying to have long-term monitoring stations because we do not have a long-term weather data, and which is very important in correlating. So we have set up long-term ecological monitoring sites across the Uttarakhand and some of the Sikkim areas, and we are monitoring various parameters like soil, microbes, the various species in the region, and we visit those regularly and over the years for about 4 years, and after some time we will have a correlation with the weather data. Sites selected over different states, Uttarakhand, Himachal, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and local people cited various examples of climate change, and those data have been recorded, and it will be correlated with other social parameters and climate data. And also on the phenology and also on the phenology of many flowering plants. These are the people's perception data, and they have all indicated that many of these medicinal plants, the flowering and fruiting has enhanced many cases about a month or so, and in some cases even 2 months. So what happens is that high species loss was also reported in many of these sites in villages, and what they suggested was also due to unpredictable rain and impacts on harvesting, and invasion of invasive and which create problem to the local species. And also the pest attack has also increased in many cases. And also there are other factors responsible, which may not go into detail because lack of time. And considered and visited various different to the climate change and the changing weather parameters, and these are some of the examples from low, middle, and high altitude areas. These are all similar, and they have been cultivating some crops which they switched over to other crops with over the time. And also we also have started working on the impact of climate parameters of plant diversity using numerical models. We have considered 2 species, mainly the pine and oak, because oak is considered very important in the Western Himalaya because of social reasons and a lot of water holding capacity, and they give a lot of fodder, fuel, and biomass. So, pine is considered not so good by the villagers. So that myth was studied in relation to ecosystem exchange, and it was observed the other way that pine-dominated areas showed more net carbon assimilation than oak. So so pine is equally important, and we should not ignore pine over oak. Of course, many of the social parameters have not been considered at the moment. We are going to consider those also, and we observe that pine-dominated forests have a net exchange rate more than the oak forests. So I did not go to this one. So that's what we have been doing there, and the project is continuing after I left. And I'm sure that after a couple of years, we'll have more weather data, and some of the results will be complete, so it can be correlated with a concrete idea on climate change and forest biodiversity aspect.